A feminist is wondering if she should teach her daughter that life is easier if you marry a man with money. Tonight on the 504, she shared her thoughts online, and of course, everybody has something to say about it. Plus, Kendrick Lamar's new video for his song Humble is getting lots of buzz.
Right stroke, put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Still be humble.
But it's also stirring up some controversy. The 504 starts right now. Hey guys, and welcome to the 504. I'm Sheba Turk. Well, tonight we've got a dear friend of mine, Dr. Rashida Govan, wears many hats, but she is the executive director of Project Butterfly New Orleans, which mentors young black women in New Orleans. And you are looking radiant tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
If you spotted, you got it.
Hey, how you doing? And Kasimu Harris is an artist who was just named a Louisianian of the Year. He's also the assistant director of communication over at Dillard University. Now that is a title, sir, because there's only like 8 of you, right, of these Louisianians of the Year.
Yes, it was. It was.
Very impressive. Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
That must be very exciting.
It has been. I thought they were trying to sell me something the first time.
You got to be skeptical. You got to question where
Right.
things are coming from and why they're
Right.
coming. And then
Right.
once you accepted it, how you feel?
I was really excited.
Yeah.
I got a chance to meet the governor, and it was just, someone said at church the other day, they was like, well, be glad to get your recognition now instead of having to wait until you're older. So, I'm really humbled by it. There's a lot of other people who are deserving, but it was nice that someone thought enough of my work and gave me the platform for that honor.
Great. Well, you guys are both doing great work, but we'll talk about that later in the show. First, we got to talk about some mess going on. So y'all ready to dive into it?
Let's get it.
These first stories are people, I want to know if y'all are on their side or if they're just plain off wrong. So a woman has kicked off a debate on an online forum. It's getting a lot of attention. This woman's in her 40s, and she says mothers and grandmothers used to talk more about marrying well, but she doesn't hear that concept very much anymore. She wondered if women should still be encouraging their daughters to marry someone in a well-paid profession in case they want to be a stay-at-home mom, because that would make things easier. She sees how friends have been able to live comfortably from having a wealthy husband. So the issue is, she wants to know if she should make her daughter aware of how life could be better if you have a rich husband. But she says she's a feminist, and it was very hard to write this post. But I don't think many people who read it were sympathetic with her. I want to know what you guys think.
Oh, Kasimu, why don't you take a stab at it?
Rashida needs to breathe. I should warn everyone, when Rashida gets started, you can't stop her.
Yeah.
Kasimu, come on.
Okay.
Okay.
I think there's no hard, fast rule. I think you want the best for your children, but when it gets to the point that I want you to marry up or marry someone not necessarily for love, but financial considerations, I personally don't agree with that. I mean, I think, of course, you want, if your daughter or your son goes and becomes a professional at whatever, you want them to marry someone that you would consider of equal yoke. But that equal yoke could just be of ambition, not necessarily a profession. And different people complement each other in different ways. But I definitely don't agree with marrying someone purely off the basis of financial consideration.
Okay, so you would tell this lady, don't tell your daughter marry rich.
I would tell her, don't tell your daughter marry rich.
Okay. Rashida, you don't have anybody else to go to now, so you have to tell us what you think.
So when I read it, I was not even taken aback a little. I was like, this is reasonable advice to give to your child. Now, I'm not saying that I would give this advice.
Okay.
But I understood fully, especially being of, the ripe old age of, I'm over 40.
Okay.
I could see where the woman was coming from, because I do think financial stability is very important. So, I'm a policy buff also. So when we're thinking about this issue, we can talk about wage equity and the fact that a woman could work very, very hard and have achieve some measure of success and still not be able to achieve financial stability. So marrying a man that is of means is not, I don't think that's problematic. I think that marriage is supposed to help you to upgrade your life. I think it should, right? The coming together of finances and ideas and all of that. So I don't think that it's problematic to tell someone what's real, which is like marrying a person who can provide for you is a thing that you should consider. I don't think it's the only thing that you should consider, but I think like that's not unreasonable to say that.
Girl, didn't I tell you when Rashida was gonna come? She was gonna come. Go ahead, Kasimu, what you got to say?
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
But my only point of contention is if you're telling your son or daughter, just think about the money.
Yeah, I agree with you.
She's
That's
not,
wrong,
and I don't
but
think
Rashida's not saying
she's not
that.
saying
Yeah.
that at all.
Yeah, no.
So when I read the article, and then especially when I read some of the comments, they were leaning towards marrying for the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were basically like, that's fine.
Yeah, you know, I didn't feel like she was going all the way there.
I didn't think so
feel like
either.
that. I felt like people went there. Like, you should
Yeah.
marry
Definitely
someone who,
comments.
Yeah.
you know, is of means, is well off, like, intellectually. I'm like, that's all good and dandy. Right, and so is
dandy,
ambition, but you
Right.
got to be able to provide. So I like think about that, like when women have children and then
Yeah.
they may have to stay home with their children. You need to have someone who can provide for both of you, and it may not be the woman. It may be that the man is the one staying at home.
It may be.
you know. But I
Right.
do think that you need to be in a position to care for your family and provide at a level where you're not stressing.
All right, well, I hope that lady's watching so she got some nice answers to
Yeah,
her
girl,
debate.
I had you a little bit.
All right, we have a new dating tactic. This article said it was new, that singles need to be aware of. It's called cushioning. It's when you start dating someone new, but you keep several other people on the back burner just in case the main relationship goes wrong. I don't exactly know if that's new, but maybe the term for it is new. Is this wrong?
Your turn.
Oh, wait. He tagged you first. Rashida, he's right though. He's right
I'm
though.
like, don't try it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I think this is some sloppy stuff. This
It
is real messy.
is.
And I'm also saying that as a scorned woman. But
Everybody was going to some point.
yeah,
I'm with
at
you.
some point, you know, at some
Yeah.
point. So I would say that I think people do this, and I've actually, like, I think calling it cushioning is cute, but they're like posts. There's this post I think about often where they say that women should always keep something, like somebody that they could go back to. I've seen this, like, at so-and-so age, you should have this list of things, and on that list
It's a man
is
to go back
a little
to.
fallback. And I used to be like, oh, that's horrible. That's not nice to that man. That's not thoughtful. That's, you know, not thoughtful the person that you're with. But then,
Uh-oh. Rashida.
but then I like contemplated, what would it be like if I had a little fallback when I was going through like a breakup? And then I decided, still not a go. It's still not a go for me.
Okay, good.
You know,
All right,
I thought
that
about
was going
like
a
it would
different
be
direction.
really easy,
It
right?
would,
It
but-
would make you maybe feel better in the interim, but to me, you have to be responsible with people's feelings,
You
and
do.
that's not okay.
And they're on the back burner for a reason. Kasimu, down with this or no?
Not down with it.
Okay, well, we
Yeah.
gotta move on, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Good
There's
job.
this controversial dating website where men bid for women. It's called whatyourprice.com, and a guy paid $100 for a date with a woman. She wanted to use the money to pay some bills. Instead, they fall in love. 2 years later, they get married. Kasimu, would you be able to trust this relationship? You paid for it the first time now.
Yeah, but you were just paying for a date, right? I mean, well,
Yeah, I mean, she
yeah, I
was
mean,
the
you know,
date.
hey, I don't want to get in trouble now. But no, I mean, I figured she was you were paying for her time, but things just kind of happen. And I think that is an aberration as far as them finding love on a website that was especially for pay. I think if it happens for you that way, I have a fraternity brother who met his wife on like Match.com.
Yeah.
Which I was like, whoa. So that's a little something different. But I mean, they have 2 beautiful kids. I go and see them in Atlanta all the time. So, you know, I think there's no hard and fast rule, but I do think that's an aberration, but I hope they work it out.
I'm exactly with you on that
Yeah.
one. Rashida?
You know, I was like, oh, this exists?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should try it. But I'm open to all kinds of things now.
We're gonna get you back together. We're gonna get you back together. It's gonna be all right. Let's take a break. Kendrick Lamar's Humble music video is getting a lot of buzz.
You gotta see this. Yeah. Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances.
But it is also stirring up some controversy. We'll talk about it after the break.